Thank you all so much for watching my channel. The following cases are unsolved missing person cases of those who remain still missing. And I urge you to watch till the very end because the last 3 cases are seemingly connected. Authorities definitely believe they are, as do I, and I have a strong feeling in my heart that we can possibly solve these if we just get this out there to the public and get this information, in front of people, in their eyes and ears, and hopefully it will trigger some memories for sure. So let's get started. Case number 1, Dario Alejandro-Gafford. Dario was last seen in Detroit, Michigan on December 10, 2014. He is believed to be in Detroit, Michigan, or the surrounding area still. He does have a name as profile, but it is not viewable to the public. Few details are available regarding his case, which remains unsolved. Dario Alejandro-Gafford is classified as either an endangered runaway or endangered missing, depending on agency. He was 18 years old at the time of his disappearance, making him 20 today. He is described as a biracial male of Hispanic and Caucasian descent with brown hair and brown eyes. He stands at 5'8" and 140 pounds. His date of birth is October the 4th, 1997. If you have any information on the whereabouts or case of Dario Alejandro-Gafford, please contact the Detroit Police Department or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children listed below. Case number 2, Evelyn Julian. Evelyn Julian was last seen on March 12, 2017 in Winter Park, Florida. Few details are available regarding her case, which remains unsolved. Evelyn is not entered into the NamUs system. Evelyn Julian is classified as endangered missing. She was 15 years old at the time of her disappearance, making her 16 today. She is described as a Caucasian female with blonde hair and blue eyes. She stands at 5'2" and 110 pounds. Her date of birth is May 11, 2001. If you have any information regarding the whereabouts of Evelyn Julian, please contact the Orlando Police Department or National Center for Missing and Exploited Children listed below. Case number 3, Shane Anthony Walker. Shane was last seen at the Martin Luther King Jr. Towers Playground, located at 113th Street and Lenox Avenue in Harlem, New York, a borough of Manhattan, on August the 10th, 1989. He was accompanied by his mother, who had given him permission to play with 2 other children as she sat on a bench. A man approached her and began a conversation, distracting her. When she turned to look back for Shane, he was gone. The 2 other children that Shane was playing with were also gone. They were described as a 10-year-old girl and a 5-year-old boy. The 2 children re-entered the park through a hole in the fence a short time later. They told Shane's mother that they had left him in the park. Police questioned the children extensively, along with the gentleman who spoke with Shane's mother. They also looked into the possibility that Shane was taken by a family member, but they then concluded that he was probably abducted by a non-relative. Shane's case shares striking similarities with the disappearance of Christopher Dansby, which we will get to in just a moment. Both boys were African American toddlers and lived in the same apartment building. Both disappeared roughly the same time and the same day of the week, a Thursday. Shane disappeared at 5 p.m. and Christopher at 7 p.m. Like Shane, Christopher was also playing with the same 2 children before he disappeared. Police are still trying to figure out whether the cases are related. Shane Anthony Walker is classified as a non-family member abduction. He was 1 year old at the time of his disappearance, making him 30 today. He is described as an African American male with black hair and brown eyes. His date of birth is December the 7th, 1987. At the time of his disappearance, his hair was braided and pulled back into a ponytail. He has a small scar under his chin. He was last seen wearing a blue and white shirt, light blue pants, and white Ellie Gear sneakers. Shane's parents are both still alive and live in the same neighborhood that Shane disappeared from. His mother hopes he is still alive and will return to her one day. His case remains unsolved. If you have any information regarding the whereabouts or case of Shane Anthony Walker, please contact the New York City Police Department or the Center for Missing and Exploited Children listed below. Case number 4, Christopher Milton Dansby. Christopher was last seen playing at the Martin Luther King Jr. Towers Playground, located at the 1300th Street and Lenox Avenue Crossway in Harlem, New York, a borough of Manhattan, on May 18, 1989. His mother had been with him at the park, but decided to go to the store for food. Since she didn't have Christopher's stroller with her, she left him in the care of several relatives that were at the park. Upon returning half an hour later, Christopher was gone. The relatives told his mother that they had seen Christopher playing with a red ball. Christopher had not taken a red ball to the park, and his mother could not find one in the vicinity. It had apparently vanished along with her son. A 7-year-old boy from Christopher's neighborhood told authorities that he saw Christopher walking on West 1100 Street later on in that day. According to a witness, Christopher was accompanied by an unidentified African American male with braided hair. Christopher has never been seen again. Christopher Milton Dansby is classified as a non-family member abduction. He was 2 years old at the time of his disappearance, making him 31 today. He is described as an African American male with black hair and brown eyes. His date of birth is March 30th, 1987. He has a birthmark shaped like a figure 8 on his neck and a burn scar on his thigh. He was last seen wearing a blue jacket, a floral print shirt, blue jeans, and white and green sneakers. If you have any information regarding the whereabouts or case of Christopher Dansby, please contact the New York City Police Department or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children listed below. Our final case, number 5, is Andre Terrence Bryant. Andre was last seen with his mother, Monique Riviera, and 2 older brothers on March 28, 1989. While walking in their Brooklyn, New York neighborhood, Monique ran into 2 black women who befriended her. The women engaged Monique in conversation about her children and offered to take her shopping for clothes. Monique went with the 2 women and her children, and later told her boyfriend that they used a stolen credit card to purchase the items. Monique liked the women, so she agreed to shop with them the next day. She phoned her boyfriend's sister, asking if she could babysit the children in the apartment while she went shopping. When the 2 women arrived, they didn't come up to the apartment to get Monique, but instead called her from a payphone on a street corner and asked her to come downstairs. The women insisted that Monique bring Andre with her. Monique left the apartment with Andre, and her 2 older children stayed behind with her boyfriend's sister. Monique and her son never returned from the shopping trip. 2 days after their shopping trip, on March the 30th, Monique's body was found in a wooded area near City Island Road in the Bronx. She had been strangled and struck in the back of the head, but there was no sign of Andre. Detectives believe the 2 women Monique met and went shopping with are responsible for her death and the disappearance of Andre. The 2 women are never identified, but detectives do have a brief description of them. The women were driving a 1988 or 1989 Burgundy Pontiac Grand Am Sports Edition with tinted windows and possibly Maryland license plates. One of the women was approximately 30 years old and had red hair. The other woman was close to the age of 22. Both appeared to be average height and weight. Andre Terrence Bryant is classified as a non-family member abduction. He was 1 month old at the time of his disappearance, making him 29 today. He is described as an African American male with black hair and brown eyes. His date of birth is February 17, 1989. He was last seen wearing a gray sweatsuit with red horizontal lines and beige and white knitted hat and a sweater with white socks. If you have any information regarding the whereabouts or case of Andre Terrence Bryant, please contact the New York Police Department listed below. Authorities have investigated the possibility that the cases of Shane Walker and Christopher Dansby were connected to a black market baby ring operation, and that infant Andre Bryant was possibly another victim. All of the children are African American and taken around the same time. The 3 cases remain unsolved, and it is unclear what happened to any of the missing children. Thank y'all so much for watching my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell below so you know when I upload my next video. And drop me a line for sure, because I love hearing from you guys. I love discussing your theories, what you think happened, what you didn't think happened. So definitely, collab with me in there. And hopefully I will have my one-time PayPal donation set up within the week, so that will be listed below. And as you know, I do not put ads on any of my videos, so the Patreon is below as well. I have one Patreon, but it's okay as long as y'all watch and just spread the word. Just y'all watching makes me happy and makes me feel like I have a purpose in doing this. So thank y'all so much for your support, and I look forward to seeing y'all on my next video. Catch you guys later.